What's the best way to put this? I felt like I was Bruzel, but nobody knew who I was. Walk in there like, I'm a guy that got a podcast and like I'm gonna come in here, blah blah blah. Like no one cares. No one cares. So hello.
Hi. And welcome everyone to episode 249 of Mashup, the best bourbon conversation Anthony is going to hear all week long. We're your hosts, Kenny, Steven, and that lovable Anthony. Welcome all.
I'm glad I'm lovable. Nobody's ever said that to me.
I bet.
Except for you here tonight. Hey, I like the way your eyes are looking.
Well, they're glistening.
Wow.
There you go. See,
Get a room.
That one.
Get a room.
Hey, Steven and I, we both have nice, what are those, eyelashes?
Hairlines.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Hairlines, eyelashes.
Hairlines.
Got the Greek and Italian genes there, We got,
Kenny, you have a nice hairline as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I have gyros as well. So.
Gyro.
Gyros.
Oh, God, you guys are ridiculous. But how are you doing?
Fantastic.
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Your hair is lacking of product like it usually has.
Yeah, it's lacking.
Usually have it spiked up.
I know. It's lacking in product because I did just return home from traveling to Houston. I went there to visit family, and I had a great time. I got to visit my in-laws and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and my nephews. I only get to see them probably like once or twice a year, and it's always a fun time. The only thing I felt bad about, this is how weird the podcast is. I'm there, I'm having a good time. Then I thought, like, we have listeners in Texas that live in the Houston area. I could have got together maybe, but then I'm like, you can't get away from family when you're there, right? Yeah.
I could have got away from family.
Kenny's like, I could have got away. No, but
I'm just teasing.
Yeah. But I will tell you guys real quickly. So every time I'm there, I always take the car and I drive around to a couple of local liquor stores. I just want you all to know out there that I stayed in solidarity. I drove past Total Wine. I could not bring myself to stop at Total Wine.
See,
even in Texas.
I think you should have been. I think you should have done that.
Drove by Total Wine in Texas.
Because I'm hoping other Total Wines are just not as bad as ours.
Okay, well,
I think of all the Wellers they would have had there.
They would have had the Wellers.
They would have had it just falling off the shelves.
Oh, the green, the red, the white.
All of them.
All the colors
Even
of
the black.
Christmas. The which one?
The black one.
The black Wellers?
Yeah.
Actually, for
maybe
a while.
the orange.
Oh, the orange. I think the orange is still a lottery item. If I do reckon
Get
myself.
outta here.
There you go.
Your face looks fully massaged.
Oh, I'm gonna beat you, Kenny. I'm gonna smack you, dude. It's coming out there. I'm gonna whack you.
Massage
but
how?
No. You better stop. All right. All right. So wait a minute now.
I don't want to say it, but I'm about to.
No,
I
you're
need
not
Google
saying
Translate to.
you're not saying a word either. Okay. We're moving on from that.
Mustache.
Back to okay. So we're going back to whiskey hunting here, you jerks.
Did you find anything good on there?
Okay. So you only have to choose from a couple of stores. They have a lot of independent liquor stores. And okay, that's it. We're done. I'm done here. All right, guys. I'll see
Try.
you later. I'm done.
I'm going to try. That's the safe answer.
That's it.
That's like guessing C on the multiple choice.
It's
my
$5. Why
God.
would you just buy?
All right. Are we done yet?
No, seriously though, did you find anything good on there? That like single barrels or?
I did not. Now I didn't go very far. I did spend a lot of time with family. Plus, my son's still obsessed with Pokemon cards, so I had to balance my liquor hunting with his Pokemon card once.
Dang.
So there's a place called Richards. I think it was Richards Fine Wine and Spirits. They had a pretty good selection, but nothing that was amazing. Specs is a big store down there. You ever heard of Specs?
Oh, Specs is huge.
Yeah. They did have Woodford Double Oaked just sitting on the shelf there.
Oh, really?
For $199.
Oh, blah.
Yeah. No, that's what it costs. That's what it costs.
But that's what we
man.
talked about. Like,
Yeah, it costs $199.
these distilleries are.
Wait, that's a 375, right?
No, that's a new 700.
The 700 one.
okay,
Yeah,
right,
the 700. Yeah. You get-
That's what they really have. They keep raising their retail to try to like balance out to figure out where they
Right.
want to be.
So any of the limited liquor sections that I saw with bourbon and rye, there wasn't anything that was exceptional. I did see a Redbreast 27. Guess how much?
Oh, how much?
$800.
Oh, okay.
$7.99.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't really like a thing. So the only thing that I saw where I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this was Old Forester King Ranch. So Old Forester King Ranch is only available in Texas. And even though initially when it was released, it shot up people buying it for crazy amounts on secondary, it's now a retail bottle there.
How much was it?
$95.
Okay.
Yeah, so after tax and everything, because it's really weird. All the things
I think I
down
paid
there.
$120-ish for mine.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, but here's the thing. That was remember it was like 200 some bucks.
Yeah.
People were going crazy for that. So everybody, I did look for Rebecca Creek Spanish Double Oaks. They're not anywhere to be found.
Those are discontinued.
Done.
Those are discontinued.
How many do you have? Can I buy some?
No.
It's a flash sale going on here, isn't it?
I actually got 3 of those to one of our buddies in Ohio. I got one of those going to Thomas. Those now are $175-ish. And that was the bottle I said 2 years ago. That is the absolute best bottle for the money on the market. And it really is.
Yeah, I think I have 2 of those stashed away.
So freaking good.
That's very good.
So good.
So I look for stuff like that, and then I'm being honest here, guys. Like, people are gonna hate me for this, but I saw the Still Austin bottles lined up on the shelf, store picks, everything else. I just was kind of like $60 to $120. They didn't have the one with the coin or whatever. I was just like, I'm not buying that. I just didn't feel compelled to buy it. I was just like, I'm not buying that.
I can't unless I taste it.
I remember when I was in Colorado, they had a special table for store picks.
Okay.
Do they have the same thing in Texas?
They did kind of have them sequestered.
Yeah.
Specs kind of had them thrown all over the store.
Okay.
I saw an Old Forester barrel strength. I saw Penelope picks. I saw other things that might interest. I went and looked at them real quick. And granted, I was short on time, but I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to buy any of this stuff. The only thing I bought and brought back with me was a King Ranch because it was retail. I liked it when I tried it, and I was just like, okay, I want a bottle of that.
But you know what it's going to taste like.
Right.
See, the other ones you just don't know until you taste them.
Right. I mean, the Balcones we talked about, there was 6 or 7 Balcones variants on the shelf. There's all kind of Garrison Brothers on the shelf. I mean, there's definitely Texas-centric stuff down there on the shelves. There was the Weller Greens was on the shelves.
But
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, it was
smooth and vanilla.
Yeah, it wasn't a successful hunt, but I wasn't looking for it to be a successful hunt. I was just kind of looking to see what was down there. I kind of felt like, what's the best way to put this? I felt like I was Bruzel, but nobody knew who I was. I walk in there I'm a guy that got a podcast, and I'm gonna come in here, blah blah blah. No one cares. So, yeah. But it was pretty cool. So. Houston in general, cool city, had a lot of good stuff to eat. Burger Bodega. Anybody ever heard of Burger Bodega?
No.
Oh, they had.
Do they have the spicy ketchup?
They have spicy. Yes.
Okay.
They basically have smash burgers, and I found this is not like a nationwide chain. This is a Houston spot.
I meant Whataburger is like ketchup.
It's yeah, exactly. But Whataburger's down there. We were going to go to Whataburger,
but the line was wrapped around the store three times.
My brother-in-law was like, "Don't go to Whataburger." He was like, "You go to Burger Bodega," and we went there, and it was killer. So it's smash burger, but they actually, I got the thing that's in a hoagie roll where they take and they smash the burger up, and then season it with the spicy and put it in a sandwich like you'd eat a hoagie. It was killer.
So they smacked it up and they flipped it and they rubbed it down. Is that what you're saying?
So you didn't get to
smack it up, flip it up, rub it down. Oh no!
Is that what you're saying they did to it?
They did that.
So why didn't you just get the standard burger?
Because the rest of the family got that I could taste. It was good.
Okay.
But I wanted something that was unique. And so that's what I got.
I've been to Whataburger a few times when I was in Florida.
Yeah.
I'll never go back. I've heard In-N-Out is a lot better.
Okay.
I've never had In-N-Out though, but I would definitely try In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But compared to Whataburger, I'm a five guys all day compared to Whataburger for me.
Okay. All right.
Their
I'm
ketchup.
trying to remember. They have In-N-Out down there too. Maybe it was In-N-Out. I can't remember which one we were supposed to go to, but my brother-in-law derailed that and said you're going to Burger Bodega. I'm glad he did. And then I also found out that Bun B, the rapper Bun B, Pimp C and Bun B.
I do not, man.
Oh man, they were in Big Pimpin' Jay-Z song. Remember Big Pimpin' Jay-Z song?
Yeah.
Well, Bun B's a Texas staple. Pimp C, I think, has passed away many years ago now, but he has. Okay,
Kenny, it'll get you.
Facts optional.
No, I think he passed away from a drug overdose actually.
Okay.
But Bun B actually has a local burger joint down there called Trill Burger because he always says Trill. that's one of his things when he's rapping and stuff like that. So we were thinking about going there next time we're in Houston. So a lot of good food, good time with family, fun times, and now I'm here with you guys. What am I doing? I don't know.
Did you run into Nico Harrison?
What's that?
Did you run into Nico while you're down there?
That's Dallas.
That's Dallas. Though,
yeah, but maybe he was hiding out in Houston.
He should be.
Big jerk.
Idiot. Big jerk. Like complete idiot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
They what was that? The Luka's game back when he came back with the Lakers. Did you see that? Did you see it by chance, Steven?
I did not.
Yeah.
He was in tears. They did that actual special video.
Yeah.
The fans, man.
Then he scored like 51 points.
Nico's an idiot.
And then they're chanting like "Fire Nico," right? Basically.
The Dallas fans were chanting in their own stadium
to fire the GM
in front of him. He's an idiot.
I can't wait. Like, we're in the thick of the NBA playoffs here, but I can't wait. I hope my Cleveland Cavaliers do something great here.
I do too, man. I really do.
Man, if they win a championship without LeBron, then everybody can stop talking about like, oh, I like LeBron because he brought a championship to Cleveland.
LeBron who?
I know you don't like LeBron, but
Flop, you mean?
That's Floppy.
Flop.
Hey,
the wuss.
Leave Floppy alone. Floppy is my only thing that I can say about him winning a championship, right? I can always say to people, okay, I hated LeBron when he left Cleveland, but he came back, he made good on it, he won a championship. And now I can say, hopefully, after this year, it'd be like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley and other people brought a championship to Cleveland. That'd be a lot easier. Then I don't even have to talk about LeBron anymore. I could just go on with my my Cleveland bliss. Anyway, so what else, Steven?
Do we have some reviews to go over?
We do. I have to figure out how to get myself to this review because it was recently left for us on Apple Podcasts, and I couldn't even.
Well, you just find yourself. We can take time.
You can take time?
Take time.
Oh, we don't even need any time. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, here it is. Wow. That's quite the...
that's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful there. Hold on
Did you
one
see
second.
my brother's review that he left?
Which ones?
Sean.
Oh, no. We're going to get to Sean's. Don't worry. You just want to do Sean's? You know what? We can delay this one that's on here at Apple Podcasts. If
you can
want.
do yours.
Okay.
Sean's being funny.
All right. Well, this review was a 5-star review. Is left for us by Honky Tonky Donkey.
Oh wow!
And the title of this review is 90.4 stars.
That's a lot of stars.
So that's a real listener right there. And this reviewer said, ran into Anthony in the parking lot of Justin's house in Bourbon, Lexington. How about that? Wow. Yeah, I know what this is. He said, what a personable dude. This podcast is a great hang with honest reviews. Being a Lexington local makes it all the more enjoyable. Thanks for the solid content and genuine laughter. I remember this interaction. It was with a gentleman. I don't know if he wants his name out there, but I can just say it was Tim. So this was, I was actually at J-Hob one day. I can't remember. It was a couple weeks back, maybe a month ago now. And I had my Mashup Podcast shirt on, which is a dead giveaway, right? And
you can't wear that in the summer, though.
Hey, you stop that.
You and your 17-pound iron-on, dog.
It's a 17-pound iron-on out there. It's a 17-pound iron-on. Hey, they were.
I know.
Can he just wreck this microphone?
I said it was too big to begin with.
Oh my God.
That is not a summertime shirt.
That'll leave us sick suntan.
We'll hopefully get some new merch out there.
We have some new merchandise coming.
Anyway, I had my podcast shirt on, and a nice gentleman pulled up in his car and said, "Hey, you're with the Mashup Podcast." I said, "Yep, that doesn't happen too often." And it was a nice guy. He had been out bourbon hunting that day, and I can't remember why I was down at J-Hob. I think it was just down there I think I was buying a bottle, and I also was at the bar tasting.
Probably trying to drink for free.
I think I was trying to drink for free for sure. That didn't happen though. I think I ended up getting like a Christmas rye or something incredibly expensive, $40 pour. But anyway, it was good to be down there. I like going down there because I can try different things. And then he kind of stopped me. We chatted in the parking lot, and it was a really cool experience. And so the fact that he left a review is even cooler. Thank you. We appreciate it. And it was funny, man. He was out hunting. He had all kind of bottles, and he just got an old Carter American Batch 9 maybe, which I was like, dang, that's a good pull, man. I haven't seen those on the shelf anywhere. And so, that was really cool. We appreciate that. We appreciate you listening, and hopefully we'll run into each other again, not in a parking lot, maybe for a pour.
That's where I met you, though, the very first time.
That's true.
Was a parking lot.
It was a parking
Not a
lot.
J-Hub.
It was a parking lot by, we were over by
Sarin Drive.
That's right, Sarin Drive parking lot.
My old chiropractor.
Yep. It's
Really rundown hotel.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Kenny, though, is still like he's giving pours out in the parking lot, sending me home with samples, and I just met this guy to sell him a bottle. Actually, that's what it was. Yeah, I think it was a Russell's, wasn't it?
Russell's. I got a Russell's 13 from you.
Yep, Russell's 13. There you go.
Is it sitting on these shelves?
No.
You flipped it, bastard.
Oh no! Anthony flipped it.
I flipped it to
I
him.
bought it.
That was like one of the first times I ever met Kenny. How about that? Yeah, that was a.
I gave Anthony a Blanton's for it.
I was in the parking lot. Thank you so much for this Blanton, sir. No, the best thing was that you gave me I think you gave me a sample of Anderson Club. And
Yeah, the Anderson Club 15
you gave me
year.
a 15-year Anderson.
Fire Heaven Hill, man.
And
Good
you asked me
stuff.
what I thought of it, and I went through all the tasting notes and everything, and you probably thought this guy's a moron, and you weren't.
Nah,
you
man.
were not right.
I'm very glad I met you, bro.
No, it was very.
For
Yeah,
real.
absolutely.
Glad I
So
met you.
there you go. See, great relationships start in parking lots. So
Speaking of Jacksons, where are we at in Jack? What were you talking about, Jacksons now?
what
Parking lot?
No, there's. I've gotten a flat tire there because there's all kind of debris.
That's what you call it.
Have you heard the term lot lizards?
Kenny.
I'm teasing.
They're opening a new store.
All right, Steven gets back on track. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And if you like a shout out, just leave a review however you want. And next time I record, Kenny will shout you out.
I will.
There you go.
For this week, we have an iconic brand with a new release.
Oh yes.
We have a bottle of Maker's Mark, the new 2025, the Keeper's Release.
Oh yeah. Here we are. So the Maker's Mark, a wood finishing series Keeper's Release. This comes to us from the Maker's Mark Distillery in Loretta, Kentucky.
Sort of. Comes from old Hector.
Oh, it comes from Hector again?
Thank you, Hector.
Thank you,
sir.
Appreciate
Yep.
you, brother.
And we're coming for pizza soon.
No doubt.
There you go. The ABV is 54.65. Proof is 109.3. No, non-age stated, but we know that Makers kind of ages a minimum of 6 years for a lot of their stuff. And then stay finishes. The mash bill, as always, is 70% corn, 16% softer red wheat, and 14% malted barley. The stave finish, they say 10 virgin oak staves, but they don't really give you details. But I think for their wood finishing series, these are all proprietary staves, which is why they don't tell you what they are. The MSRP on this is $75. Secondary, are these carrying a secondary or not?
These have just come out.
Okay.
Like literally, I've not seen them anywhere on the secondary. I've only seen them when Hector gave it to me, the first
Right.
time I saw it, and I saw it at a local bar recently, and that is it.
Okay.
I haven't seen these anywhere.
So it's probably not widely available yet, but that's one reason we like Maker's Mark, because unlike the other brands, like Heaven Hill, like golly, Heaven Hill is like in 49 states before it's in Kentucky, right? It literally is.
Yeah.
And Makers is the opposite. Makers will be out in Kentucky for a month before it hits nationwide. So it might be a while before you see this bottle, but we will get taken care of first.
KY
So-
Pride, right?
Yeah, there you go. I appreciate that about Makers. So yeah, you're right. We haven't seen this, so I don't know if there's going to be much secondary on it, but previous wood finishing series, usually not much over MSRP. They don't usually carry a heavy secondary, which is actually a good thing to point out for this, because if you want this bottle, you probably want to pay a ton for it.
Well, there's not much to say about the bottle. It's pretty much the standard bottle.
It looks like the Heart series.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little taller than the normal Maker's bottle. Like, doesn't have much of a, I guess, the heavy bottom like the normal one does. It's more of elongated.
So I have the other bottle right here. Was this what I got the FAO2?
Right.
It's more of the private selection.
Was the BEP in this style bottle, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Just the heart, and the new ones in that style
Yeah,
bottle.
right.
Okay.
The Heart, and then what was the one they did that was like a very limited release? The Mocha Stave one, Lost Stave, whatever. Do you remember that? We did an episode on it. It was called like the Lost.
Oh, the Lost
Recipe.
Lost Recipe.
That was in this bottle too.
So the Heart, Lost Recipe, and that are in the new style bottle.
And the Cellar is in this bottle too, but it has a different label on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a newer style bottle. The one thing that I wanted to point out to you guys and see if you can figure it out on the fly is, so in the heart release, it says it was 1 of 5. This says it's 2 of 5. Is this the same liquid kind of adulterated differently over time? Like, or is it a completely different release? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, because why would they have it as 1 of 5, 2 of 5? Is 5 going to be the end of it? Are they going to be done with wood finishing series at the end of 5? Like, because I know that this was a departure. Yeah, I'm just saying it was a departure from what they originally did, which was this. You have FAO2, FAO1, BP, all those names, SEPR, whatever. So with these new ones and these bottles, I don't know if they're going to stop at 5 or if each 5 constitutes a series. Like, it's just really weird to me. But you're right. While talking about the bottle, there's not much more.
No.
When we were at Brooklyn Brothers Pizza, give them a shout out there because of Hector.
Good Wings and Pizza.
Good Wings and Pizza in Corbin. That's when we did the heart release review with Hector. And this is now sponsored by him. We're doing another one, which is cool. It's cool. It kind of keeps the continuity there. So we're talking about the same bottle that we had when we were there, just a different thing. Is that going to stay up there, Steven?
Yeah, that had 2 different staves in it. They had stave profile 1, finished for 5 weeks, and stave profile 2 was finished for 9 weeks.
Okay, so that's different than the other release.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay, it's a collectible.
I don't think it's the same juice at all. I think it's just staying in the series. So I wonder what's going to be after the 5th one comes out. I guess they have something new planned.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's exciting. While we're talking about this, did either of you guys see about Makers releasing a bottle that has no wax on it?
Dude, so yes, Star Hill Farm Whiskey is what they're calling it.
it's a great name.
First time in their history.
Like that?
First time in their history, they're releasing whiskey instead of bourbon.
Oh, wow. So it's not a bourbon.
Not a bourbon, it's a whiskey.
Okay. It's still whiskey with no E.
The wheated bourbon, like we talked about, 70 corn, 16 red winter wheat, 14 malted barley. But the Star Hill Farm whiskey will be 70% wheat, 30% malted barley.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
A 2-grainer.
2 grain and malted barley, huh? Mm-hmm. Wheat malted barley.
Oh, hang on. 2 mash bills on the new one coming out.
Oh.
Sorry, I apologize. One is 70% wheat and 30% malted barley. The other is 100% malted wheat. Holy crap.
Whoa. Who's ever done that before?
So they're going to blend it together, and the overall mash bill will be 61% wheat, 20% malted wheat, and 19% malted barley once you put the actual two together.
Okay.
But we talked about when we went on that cellar tour.
Okay, I wasn't on that.
Me, Alves, Shannon, wasn't it you two?
Nope, I was not there.
Crap. Okay.
U2's a band, by the way. And U2 is not like us.
Man.
There's no edge.
There's no.
So Makers rotates their barrels.
That's true.
Yes.
Nobody else does.
Correct.
Well, we had some best Makers I ever had in my life. It was.
You told us about that.
It was
very
barrel,
old, and it was not put in the cellar. It was it left in the rick house for 12, 13 years.
Oh.
It was like BTAC, only not.
It was BTAC level.
Yeah.
Like legit BTAC level. But it didn't taste like traditional Makers. So we talked about that on the podcast, I think. And I was like, literally, they have some of the best stuff out there, but they want to stick to their traditional profiles and call it Makers. So I even said they ought to call it Star Hill Farm Whiskey, just to release something, because it's literally BTAC caliber.
They should have called Star Hill Shorty.
Anyway, hey, I got Star Hill Shorty, bro. but so now they do have something now called Star Hill Farm Whiskey.
There you go.
So I hope they listened to us and got that idea from us.
That's where they got it.
I doubt they did, but
yeah,
whatever.
I think they got it from Mr. Stephen DiLucio.
Have y'all nosed this or tasted it yet, or what?
Nosing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to know what y'all think of the nose, because to me, I'm getting a very distinct nose, and it's a cool kind of thing. To me, I'm getting a toasted tart cherry. That's what I'm getting.
Well, I'm a weirdo.
Okay.
And I cannot nose and tell you what I'm tasting because I had you blind me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to remember what I did with those glasses now.
So, do you know what you did, hopefully?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I know what I did.
So I poured FEO2.
Okay.
I poured Maker's Cellar from 2023
Okay.
and this new release, and I have not tasted the new release at all until it's in this blind.
So won't say what I did with Kenny's blinds, but I moved them around. And then, Stephen, what do you think of the nose?
I think it's got a great like brown sugar to it.
Yeah. Undertone. Yeah, definitely.
A lot of dessert characteristics.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. When you say that, I'm like, I said toasted tart cherry. You said brown sugar. Kenny's out right now because you know what he's doing because he has 3 different whiskeys in front of him. But here's the thing. On the nose, people like wheated bourbon, or at least they say they do, but they're like, I need to have a Weller Red. Listen, don't overlook Maker's Mark. We can't say it enough. I have so much Maker's Mark in my house, right? I have quite a few bottles of Maker's Mark.
Shout out Cast Strength. What?
There you go. Shout out to Cast Strength, 46 Cast Strength, old black wax, gold wax, 1984. I got all kind of stuff.
Dude, speaking of those.
All kinds of stuff.
The black and gold waxes that were $400 to $425.
Balloon.
I've now jumped back to $525, $550.
Right. Yeah. If any of our listeners have those, please let me know because I actually like to drink them, and they're tasty. So, yeah. So Makers has made good wheated bourbon for a long time.
I'm going through my blinds over here.
Okay.
I'll report back shortly.
All right. Steven, I just took my first sip, man. What do you think?
It's not what I was expecting.
In what way? Too dark? Because to me, it was a little darker than I thought it would be. When I say darker, like the oak smacked me a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was going to be the boldness of the oak, but it's very bold oaky. Like the oak is, to me, heavier than I thought it would be. That's all I got right now. Going for my second sip. Okay. I like the second sip better. So if I was to explain this, for me anyway, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Here's where it's getting me. Sip starts off sweet. You get like a red fruit, like almost like a cherry. Nice, very good. Dissipates into a more oaky, bitter chocolate kind of a note. And then it finishes like toasty. Like the toast finishes it. So it's weird. It almost goes from like sweet to oak to bitter to toast, which is crazy. That's kind of what my flavor ride is. It's got a flavor ride though. Finish is just medium. But it's interesting. It's super interesting. I'm not sure how I'm feeling like in terms of sometimes I sip a whiskey and I'm like, wow, knock my socks off. Can't go another day. Gonna go buy one tomorrow. Not sure yet. First sip was much different than the second.
As someone who loves Makers,
Yep.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Okay.
I agree with you there's a ride.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I enjoy the ride.
Where it's burying you at the end is that oakiness, huh? When I say toasted, it's oaky at the end. Oh, delicious sweets.
Like it's almost like midway.
Yeah.
It kind of loses me.
But how does it lose you? Please, Stephen, preach. I want to hear how it loses you as a Maker's guy.
Like I kind of get this like, it's going to be a bad descriptor, but like a harsh grain.
No, that's not. Listen, you're saying harsh grain. To me, I'm picking up like a toasted oak and not in a positive way backbone that gives way to like this ride of weird things that are going on. Like you're saying harsh grain. It's definitely a harshness.
Yeah.
But for me, it's gotten better every consecutive sip I've tasted, but maybe not for you. I don't know.
No, even on the back end, it burns.
Okay.
It's like the first sip is okay.
I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
Did you dry or wash your shirt on hot?
I don't know where this is going.
Hot water and hot heat shrinks stuff a little bit.
It was dried on low.
Or your arms has gotten that big.
It's dried on low. The shirt is probably 15 years old.
Uh-oh.
You've been working out, bro. I can see it. I can see it.
And it's probably washed on cold.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Looking good, bro.
I've often complimented the man's physique, but his arms are looking pretty small.
They are. They're good.
Yeah, see?
Maybe instead of this week, instead of a
dedication,
bottle,
man.
instead of a bottle, just picture me.
It was the fasting that did you well.
Looking good, big dog.
And followed by Canes, right?
There you go, Canes.
Not Canes. Canes sucks.
don't get us started.
You shut it.
So for our listeners,
Hey, I actually ate a box of Canes a a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Candy
I sent you guys.
canes.
How'd you go so
Man.
long?
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
I had it today.
Oh, you did? Nice. Very good. See,
we got some cameras
one
coming
thing
in.
you and I agreed on.
We got some cameras coming in.
Oh, we do.
We're going to start doing video.
Uh-oh.
And the chicken blind might be our first video.
That'd be good. Chicken blind
Just
would be great. And that's going to be available only to Patreon members for $1,000 per view. I'm just kidding.
If you're a Patreon member at 50 cents a month, you might have access to this.
Or go buy yourself a wing for that.
There's actually going to be a episode where I take Hooters wings and I soak them in Club Blue and eat them. I'll stop eventually.
This could be Anthony's OnlyFans chicken edition.
There you go. Really good. Really good. So, Steven, I get where you're at, man, because here's the thing. This has a really nice mouthfeel. You're a mouthfeel guy. You've said that, okay? Yeah. This has a nice mouthfeel.
It does.
But where it finishes is a little bit underwhelming. It's so great on the front and mid palate.
I agree in the front,
finish,
yes.
The front is so great. It's like if it could keep that going throughout, this would be like a top whiskey at 2025
And historically,
for me.
we've I think we've liked these releases, haven't we? Like I have a bottle of the Heart.
Yep.
The Heart one.
The Heart was good.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I was a try or a buy on the Heart, but I think in general, wood finishing I've liked. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I have too. So it's a little surprising that, one that likes makers and wants them to succeed.
Right.
That I
That
kind
you're
of
not
that
liking
I'm not
this
a big fan of this one so far.
Right. Well, you know what's interesting? Of the 3 bottles that I've had that are, I guess, in this bottle shape, the first being the Heart and the second being the Lost Recipe, which I guess was more limited than I thought it was going to be. The Lost Recipe might actually have some good secondary. My big problem with Lost Recipe was that it was like coffee-y, almost to a point where I was like, dang, that's very, because it's a mocha, like they took the mocha,
Too much.
like mocha stave like to the max. Like this recipe had never been done with a mocha stave, so they did it. And to me, it just was too much. I still have that bottle. I like it. I take a sip occasionally. I think I owe one of our listeners a sample of that, which I will get him.
Get on it.
Yeah, exactly. Man, we always mess up with getting listener samples. That'll get better. But anyway, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm getting psyched out by the new bottle shape, but I was a big FAE 01, 02 fan.
Yeah.
I liked the SEPR5. I liked other things from that old style. I thought BEP was where it started to fall off. Not actually BEP. It was the other one.
That was the last series in that?
BEP was okay. It was the ones that were like some weird aging process they had. The orange and yellow looking ones. Those are the ones where they lost me. BEP was the last one. That was okay.
Yeah.
But so far, I think I'm liking the earlier version of the wood finishing series compared to the later version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I have my order over here.
Yep.
So my middle glass is my first place. My left glass is my second place. My right glass is my third place.
Okay.
What is it, Kenny?
So once Anthony tells me what they are, then I can join into y'all's conversation.
Okay. So I did not change your first glass at all.
What does that mean?
You didn't change anything at all?
The first glass stayed the same.
But the other two switched?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
What does that mean?
That means that the new Keepers release was scored better than the freaking 23 Maker Cellar.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go
Give me
back.
that back.
Now that I know what they are, I'm going to try them again.
Okay. Yep. All I did was switch your middle and right glass.
So my first and second place was a really hard pick.
Okay.
So that would have been FAO2
Okay.
and the new Keepers.
Okay.
Wow.
I got to try this again now. Now that I know what it is, I got to try it again.
Wow, FAOT. What?
The FAO2 is so freaking good.
It is. But
It's so amazing.
But I don't get that.
It's a finish that's killing it for you. And for me, like I said every sip was getting better, so I'm not sure if maybe you're not experiencing the same thing.
The Keepers is good, dude.
It's got, you know what it is?
Now I'll go back to Cellar.
Everyone's so used to like Makers being a wimpy drink that like that finish is bold, and I can't quite place it yet, but it's a bold finish. It's very bold and toasty and oaky. I'm still not saying it's my favorite. I still think if I'm going to preempt a rating, it's probably going to be between a 7 and a 7.5. But I don't know. Probably going to want a bottle, but again, how many? I'm not clearing the shelf. Multiple bottles? I don't know.
Okay, my second glass is better.
Yeah, it's tasting better.
Not
As
the
you're
sip.
sipping, yeah.
The glass.
What do you mean?
I poured more,
Okay.
and it tastes better.
Oh, there you go. See? It's a fresh crack, so maybe it's just starting to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, and again, thank you, Hector. again.
Always.
I really need to get down to.
Yes, we do. Field trip.
Brooklyn Brothers.
Because I want to eat
that's
food.
the main reason.
I want to eat. Yeah, such great wings and pizza.
Still, one of the greatest things ever was me pulling over and not making Kenny stealing bathroom garbage bags.
Bathroom trash bags.
Bathroom trash bags to keep the grease from coming through the pizza box.
Kenny,
onto
can you
my
believe
truck.
him? Can you believe him?
He's messed up, dude.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know we were taking 8 pizzas back with us to Lexington that day.
They're all
number
stacked on
one.
top of each other.
Okay, and then on top of that, my car smelled like pizza for a week, which is great.
Just Febreze it.
Yeah.
What was awesome though was like the people that were in the restaurant
Yes.
that were regulars,
Right.
And they figured out we were the first time there. They were like, "Oh no, we come every Sunday or every this and that." They come every day, and they love it.
Yep. And I think
So,
it was shortly
Brooklyn
after
Brothers,
there, Sanch as well told me he's eaten there before. So,
Sanch what?
Sanch D.
Sanch dude.
Sanch D. He's the man. I like him. He's a good guy. All right.
I like the keepers, dude. It's not bad. It's good.
Well, I told you guys what I thought of it in the front palate, like a toasted cherry marshmallow kind of flavor, which is really, really interesting to me. Okay. Before we even get to Pass Try By, I'm just going to say that I'm so glad that Makers has expanded so far out. The one thing that Makers is lacking now, they got cellar aged, but they're like really hyping the cellar aging process. Just give us your oldest whiskey in a bottle. Give us your oldest regular whiskey in a bottle
That's too easy.
at like 14 years old or 15 years old. Put it in the most ornate thing that you could ever find and charge $500 for it, and I'm buying it. I am totally buying it. Just
Dude.
do it. Just freaking do it.
What me and Alves and Shannon had, that 12 or 13-year-old that spent its whole life in the Rick House, fire.
Yeah.
But BTAC or above caliber.
I would have loved to try that.
Yeah, exactly. See, I would love to have tried it too. So I'm just happy they're doing what they're doing. So
Tweens, would you pass, try, or buy on the Maker's Mark Wood Finish Series, the Keeper's Release?
I wasn't even paying attention until you said tweens.
That's why I said it.
There you go. Do you want me to lead us off here or not? I want to. So here's the thing. I know I get philosophical sometimes, maybe to a fault. So I thought this was middle of the pack from what I tasted, and now I've kind of changed as I've sipped it more because I did get a refill. This is a very good whiskey. It has the front and mid palate are killer, and then now that I've sipped more on the back palate, what I get on the finish is like a toasted bitter brown sugar, walnut, and cherry. That's where the finish is at for me, which after I had time with it, it changed from like what I initially thought was kind of like a bitter oak. And so I like the way it's evolving. It's a $75 bottle, retail all day buy, and I don't think there's going to be big secondary on it. So if you get your hands on a bottle, I buy it. I'm on a buy train.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Thank you, Stephen.
And I still don't know what I'm going to rate this.
Okay.
I agree with you. The second pour is better than the first.
Okay.
I don't know if I just need to breathe. I don't know.
It's a fresh crack.
It's a fresh crack. The front and mid were good.
Okay.
When comparing it to the...
Oh, you took a pour of FAO too, huh?
Comparing it to FAO2,
Yeah. I didn't do that, by the way.
I can see that I kind of like it better than that.
Okay.
But there's this little bit of the Keeper's Release compared to FAO2 that tastes youthful
Okay.
compared to the other one,
Gotcha.
which I'm not a big fan of, obviously.
Well,
I'm not saying it's youthful. I'm just saying there's something in it when I'm comparing it directly that
I taste that, and maybe it's like a honey. I get like a honey.
Oh,
on
honey.
the-
Okay.
honey.
on the new one.
May honeycomb?
Yeah, honeycomb. On the
Okay,
new
I
one.
was going to say, because honey was not a big note that I got, but honeycomb maybe.
I went back and forth though on well, now that I know what they are, now that you told me. So the keepers and the FEO2 went back and forth 3 drinks trying to figure out first, second place, and it did change.
Yeah. I'm right now. I am between a Tri Plus and a Bi Minus,
Okay.
and the big word is I got to figure it out.
Okay.
I'm going to be a Tri Plus.
All right. So there you go.
Yeah.
Kenneth Arthur. Ken Arthur, sorry.
And Arthur Millicent's
There you go.
my alt Facebook account. When Zuck decides to get crazy on my main account,
That's your alternate 2?
Ken Arthur Millicent.
Yeah, it's mine too.
Yep. You know,
It's a good sock profile.
I would.
Mine is Don Holden. So anyway, go ahead.
It is not.
I know it's not, but it might be. Maybe I did curate a profile. Maybe I didn't.
Crusty sock.
There you go.
I will be a buy on this.
Okay.
It went back and forth with me for FAO2.
Uh-huh.
And FAO2 is friggin' flat out awesome.
It's great.
So I went back and forth. I got to be a buy at that price. But I will say for sure, I have not seen these go for a secondary yet.
Okay.
If there is a quote unquote secondary market for these that's like $20, $30 higher, no way. Not for me.
Yeah.
But I would be a buy for sure at retail all day long on these.
Okay. Well, this brings up an interesting point. For me, it's like this. What is the value of Makers? They call this a limited edition wood finishing series. I actually think the value of this is pretty high. I've been on record many times saying that I feel that their store picks are very undervalued because people tend to just see them and go, okay, another Maker store pick. Guess what I saw when I was in Texas, guys?
Maker store pick.
Maker store picks. I saw them on the shelf.
I mean, it's hard not to overlook them because
Right.
there's so many, and the
200
stave
plus
and the
of
stave
them.
thing
The
is so
stave thing's
confusing.
confusing. We have said it so many times
Yeah.
in this podcast. They could do such a better job of selling what they're doing other than creative names, right?
Yeah.
But for this, I feel like they've done a good job. I just feel that it elevates their whiskey. Kenny, for crying out loud, man, if you've picked it over their damn Cellar 2023 release, that just shows you their stave finishing adds value. For crying out loud.
FAO2
Right.
and this one both
Yeah.
in a blind just now, better than Maker Cellar.
There you go. That's a $300 bottle.
Yeah.
$300. It was a $450 bottle for a
Yeah,
while,
for real.
but it's $300. So that just shows you that Makers has a really good program going with these stave things that they're doing, and who knows what's going to happen to take the wax off with those malted releases we talked about earlier. I don't know, man. So ratings, real quick. Ratings, got to go around. Rate them.
Crap. I forgot we got to score
Yeah.
it, though.
Holy
Shoot.
cow! Oh, don't have a cal over it. I can help you guys out. I think I've already figured out my rating for this. You know why? Because I'm a rating man. 7.
More
7.
of a rating man.
It's a 7. It's a freaking 7. Okay, and you guys can argue over quarters and halves and everything else, but it's a 7.
6.5.
So Anthony is
There you
a
go.
7.
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You were a little skeptical on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Shoot.
If I was a betting man,
It's that finishing note I'm picking up.
I know. I get it.
I
Yeah.
need, where's it at? Where's the bottle?
Kenny needs 10 pens and a bottle.
Can you pour me just a hair bit of that?
Oh no!
That way I can score it.
Hey, that's not the bottle.
Small amount.
OWA store pick.
That's good.
Whoop! There you go. That's going to cost you, Steven. You know what's going to
Dude.
cost you? 1 grilled cheese.
Where's the OW? Where'd the OWA go?
It's right here. There's an OWA right there.
All right. That is a Banners OWA store pick.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I've
my
had it.
gosh.
I've had it. I've had
Oh,
that.
my gosh. Ryan McGuffin, dude. That
Oh.
Banners pick, OWA is great.
I was lucky enough to get one of those in a raffle.
Wow.
And then I went down there and I picked it up and I actually had a sip of it with Ryan and it was great.
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 Super great.
Yep.
Ryan shared that with me in his driveway.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ryan's got a new baby, dude. I don't know if you know they're not.
I heard that.
So
Congratulations.
Ryan, who is 75 years old like myself, has
You appreciate that.
a brand new baby, dude.
Kenny has a bib on. He's eating ribs right now.
Ryan's going to be 114 years old when this kid graduates high school. So
You heard it here first. Kenny has a baby coming.
There you go. Kenny,
God.
no,
well, here's what's crazy. My grandbaby and Ryan's baby,
are going to be the same
BFFs?
age. Yeah.
they might be BFFs, dude.
Oh, that's
So-
crazy.
But so Ryan's very busy. So we shared that in his driveway. That OWA pick
Tasty,
is
isn't it?
freaking legit.
What'd you think of that?
fires.
I was going to say it's fire.
Fire.
But
Yes,
of course,
it
Kenny
is.
has to use the word fire.
Sorry.
It's damn silly.
All right. I will say it's embers. So you go ahead and say it's what? Say it. Say fire.
Charcoal.
Okay. So very good. All right. I got to score this now, though. Hang on.
Okay, yeah. That's funny you involve that Manners pick. It's going to be hard for me not to get out of here without trying a little nip of that because I've had it and it's so good. That just shows you that sometimes bourbon at a certain proof is the way it should be. People go crazy over full proof, Weller 12, whatever, but 107s slay it, man.
I'm going to go 7.0. I will copy Anthony and say a 7.0.
Kenny followed suit. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Well, the Woodford Chocolate Redux,
Yeah.
I gave 7.25.
Yep.
And this is not quite as good as that. So that's right. So I say 7.
Now, how about Woodford Chocolate Redux and JD14 being early leaders
man.
in the clubhouse in 2020?
Brown Foreman
having some things. Yeah. Anything more from you there, Mr. DeLucia? And you can't say anything about pepperoncinis because that's my territory.
I do have something to say, though.
Oh,
It's my turn.
Oh, wait a minute. There's soliloquy coming.
I'll say after Stephen.
Okay. Go ahead, Steven.
We almost made it a full buy sweep, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But I had to ruin it.
No, you're good.
Just that one little note. But I'm not saying don't try it.
Right.
Definitely try it.
Okay.
Kenny, can you enlighten us, please? Mm-hmm. Good.
You take us out. You take us out, sir.
And don't say the boom. No.
Yeah, don't say no boom because we got it covered for you this time.
I was going to say that one thing. What was I going to say? Boom.
No. And with that, thanks for listening to this episode. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
Don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code The Mashup for a special discount.
Also,
head on over to our partner, the Woodwork Collective, at woodworkcollective.shop. Enter code MASHUP for a 15% discount.
let us know your thoughts at the bottom of the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.